Hi, Liz. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm excellent, thank you.
Thank you for visiting Orange County.
Thanks. It's my pleasure.
Usually we don't get authors of your caliber over in this West Coast, unfortunately.
Wow, that's their misfortune because it's really nice here.
It is, except it's been cold.
Yeah, I brought 3 bathing suits, and that was a big mistake. I should have brought like 3 coats because it's been a little cold, but that's okay.
And I'm just wondering if I can ask you 2 questions about your just your writing throughout the years.
Sure. Yeah, that would be great.
So, out of all the books that you've written, what character do you think is most close to your personality?
Wow, that's hard to say because there's a little bit of me in all my characters. Because I think you have to put a little bit of yourself in your books, or at least I do, to stay interested. Because I mean, to write a book, it takes so much energy, and obviously it has to be inspired by something that came from within you. I mean, for me. So all of my characters are a little bit me, but none of them are 100% me. So I really couldn't say that any one particular one is me. But the newest book that I have out now, Runaway, the character gets her brain transplanted into a supermodel, which is actually happening now. They are experimenting with brain transplants, and that was inspired by a morning where I woke up and I really felt just ugly that day, physically, and I was like, wow, if only I could be, a supermodel. And I think that that's something that people struggle with, the way that we look, because it's in the media so much, and I feel like that's something I wanted to talk about, especially with girls, because it's so important that you feel beautiful on the inside, and so that's something that is explored a lot in the book, and ultimately, hopefully, the character realizes that what's important is that you have confidence in yourself, and that it doesn't matter really. I mean, it does matter. Maybe when you feel beautiful on the inside, that is projected on the outside. So there you go.
That's a great question. I really got into that. Do your characters, do you take personalities from people that you've met and throughout the years?
Yeah, I've gotten in a little trouble sometimes because I do take characteristics from people I know, like my family. Sometimes I borrow their names too. Like my classmates sometimes will be like, hey, that cat that you put in your book is named Pickles, and I had a cat named Pickles, so were you writing about Pickles in your book? And I'm like, dude, I did not even know that you had a cat named Pickles. So sometimes it's a little bit of a coincidence, but it's hard not to write about experiences that you've had, and sometimes there will be people who think that it's about them, but I really do try to not put anything that's too obviously about someone that I know, because you want to be respectful of people, and you are an author and you're using your imagination, so I try not to do that, but every once in a while there will be like a coincidence that will happen that you can't avoid. So
so I guess that was part of the first question, but just I guess one last question is just what's your daily writing schedule like, or just daily day, and how much do you put into the writing?
I try to write like a job, like a 9-to-5 job, because that is what I do, and I'm really lucky because I actually get paid to do what I love, which is, I love to write, and I would do it anyway, don't tell my publisher, without getting paid, but the fact that I get paid to do what I love it's a dream come true, but you do have to be disciplined and try to do it every day to make your deadlines, because actually otherwise you don't get paid, so there's an incentive to actually do it. So I do it every day, 9 to 5 with a break for lunch. Wow. It's really distracting though, because people will send you YouTube videos and you're sitting there on your computer all day, and all of a sudden, bing, you get this great email, and you're like, oh, it's a kitten playing the piano, and so that's hard, but that's like anybody's job. So
do you get sucked into the research?
I do, because
that's what you start getting into that, right?
Exactly,
the writing,
the research, and Facebook.
Like, I need to know what this thing is about.
Absolutely, and you go from
Google,
there.
And you get something.
Exactly.
And you just sit down and just write it.
Right. Sometimes I turn it off. And apparently there's an application that you can get from Apple that will turn off your internet for 8 hours and you can't go on there. So I've been thinking about that one. I have another author friend who went to a monastery so that he wouldn't have any. I haven't gotten to that level yet, but.
Well, thank you so much for your time and for answering the questions.
Thank you so much. It was great to meet you.
You too.
Bye.